Bounce. Dum-dum-dum. Hi people. Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable. Bounce. That will take me so long. Because I don't even know how to start this random bullshit. Okay, basically, me and my friend were playing a game that she has some topics to talk about, and she gave me a topic to talk about, and now my job is to understand where I want to start with that topic, because it is so wide for me. I can talk about a lot of different perspectives of it. And probably today I will just be a random basic bitch and talk about my first trip. And how I get into this bounce. Yeah. So now what? Okay. I will just start from the beginning. And then I will just go with the flow, and I will talk about things that came out of my mouth. So why I started modeling. Because I was very lost adult, I guess, already at the time, and I didn't know what I want to do with my own life after graduation, after high school graduation, because I wasn't sure what I want to study, and I wasn't sure if I want to study. Probably no one knows at the time what they want to do, but I decided that I will try to do modeling, because my dream to become a basketball player was a bit demolished, so I just needed some random thing to get 1 year. So basically, I wanted to become a basketball player, blah 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 blah, but it didn't happen because it wasn't. Yeah. Okay, never mind. So I then became a basketball player, professional basketball player. Okay, just that's it. And then I needed to think about something. What I can do the next year after graduation, because I didn't want to go to school. One of my high school friends, she was a model, and I'm like, okay, why not to try? I was like very upset after talking with my basketball coach, and I was like, fuck you, and I will just try to do something else. So I will apply to a modeling agency. So I did that. After a couple of days, actually pretty quickly, I got a response that come to our office. I came to the office, they said like, okay, let's meet after in the casting at summer or something like that. I'm not even sure. So yeah. So after that, I went to a casting with them in the summertime, after like half of the year. In between, I got some more modeling offers from other agencies in Lithuania, but I was like, oh, my friend goes to this one, so I should go to this one too. And I stick with my mother agency that I still have right now, and after the September, after the first official casting, after the casting with a lot of agencies all over the world, I went to Milan. It's all like, this is 2 years period, so just be aware. Yeah, my first trip to Milan, it was to Milan. I mean, Milan, fashion capital. Everyone likes that. I like the idea of it too. But basically, I was 18 at the time, and I mean, I'm already grown up. Bounce. So I know everything. Everything is okay for me. And oh my gosh, I didn't even want it to start like this, okay? Okay. My first trip to Milan. How it starts. So, you go to your motor agency. They give you some kind of hidden clues how it's gonna be, how it's supposed to be, how you're supposed to start, what to expect. But I mean, you listen and you're nodding, yeah, okay, got it. But in the reality, it's nothing. Well, it's kind of like that, but it's nothing like you thought it's gonna be. And yeah, you pack your bags, you pack your luggage, and you go to the airport. I was lucky because I already was traveling with my parents, so I knew how to do a check-in, how to put your luggage in the right place, how to take it. And okay, my flight was good. That part was smooth, but it's because I already had experience in it. And those 16 years old young ladies who starts traveling, for them struggle starts right there. So I guess I was lucky with that one. So you land in Milan, and because it's your first trip, and not always is like that, my agency, I hope the rain does not screw this video up. So I was lucky because my agency managed to give me a driver. So for me, the part from airport to Milano is not complicated at all. So the driver picked me up, then we went to my agency in Milan. And the first thing when I opened the doors in Milan, I didn't understand where I am. I didn't understand what the fuck I will do. And basically, driver drew me to my agency, and I had to wait for someone because I didn't know anything. And he said that I need to wait for a bit for my booker to come. What the fuck is a booker, huh? What the fuck it is? I didn't understand anything, but okay, I need to wait for someone. I just waited for a couple minutes, I think, and I see the smallest, tiniest woman coming, pick me up, and go with me to the agency. And at that second, I was so scared too, because I'm like, what the fuck? Is everyone that skinny? I mean, this is bullshit, but this is what you see. That's your first impression, and you're like, do you need to be that skinny and stuff? So that started there. The modeling poison already, I take, in my brain. The centimeters, the weight gain, weight loss, and the randomest bullshit ever in this world. So okay, she picked me up. I was like all over the place. What the fuck is this? Doors open, doors closes. Where I am? And I went into the agency. I went there, and they said to me, okay, just wait for a couple minutes. Sat on the couch. The booker said to me, she wrote all my parameters and stuff, and blah blah blah. And I had to wait in the living room, and everyone was like, it was like 12 people over there. I'm like, who are you guys? What the fuck is happening? And everyone's like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good, but who are you? And that I had to wait for like decent 1 hour and a half, I think, before they came and started to give me some kind of directions what I have to do right now. And the strangest thing ever that I understood after some time, that my own booker, who's supposed to be my like buddy, he didn't even came to say hi to me the first day, and I didn't even knew who he is like for 2 weeks, but he was my main booker. So I was very confused after, and yeah, so basically I didn't understood where I am, what I'm doing. They gave me some kind of directions, where is my apartment, where I should be. They gave me like a sheet with castings for, I think, the same or the next day. I don't remember, but I was like, what the fuck is castings? How am I supposed to be? When am I supposed to be there? How am I supposed to go there? And it was hella confusing. No one explains you that shit in the beginning, because they expect you to know everything. Because the second trip you know, but when you're like fresh, it's hella scary. So just so you know, not my other agency, but the other agencies in other countries don't give a shit. They give you details and you need to do what they want you to do. Doesn't matter you know, doesn't matter you don't know, you need to do it, otherwise you will get in trouble. Honey, darling, that's like two main words that you will learn in the modeling industry, in the modeling industry. Just give me a break. In the modeling industry, it's either you honey or you're darling. That word pisses me off sometimes right now, especially after China. People from China will understand, but yeah, okay. So that's basically how it started. I was so lost. Then I went to my apartment, and I was lucky enough at that time to get an apartment in the city center with me, myself, and another girl. I was lucky. I mean, if I would go to Milano now, I would dream about this apartment. I would like do anything to get into that apartment. It was like, you're like, it's only for 2 people in the city center. It's like everything what you can dream of. But for the trip, the first trip, when you don't know anyone, it was a disaster. I mean, yes, I had a roommate, but she was never there. She was either traveling to Greece, to Saint-Tropez or somewhere like all over the place, and I didn't know anyone, because how should I? It's my first trip, first days. So basically I was living all alone by myself in the apartment. Pretty boring. I didn't have what to do. I didn't understand what I supposed to do. Yeah, going to the castings. I don't know how to use metro. So the first time I used metro, it was on my own. I mean, it was like I needed to go to a casting, but probably I went to the opposite direction. I left from the metro and I'm like, it is still 40 minutes walk. I'm like, okay, I'm not going back to the metro, I will just walk. And believe me, it was like 45 degrees at the moment. You're burning there, you're sweating. So I went to the first casting because I wanted to be there early. I wanted to look good. It's the first casting. My agency said it's important. So I was there all sweaty as fuck. I don't know how I look. It's good that I didn't have a mirror because I was like, what the fuck? 40 minutes fast walk in the 44 degrees and you look like shit. Doesn't matter how pretty you are. Doesn't matter if you're a supermodel. If you're... I mean, no one looks pretty. So, yeah, this was me for 3 days at least. Because I didn't understand how to use metro, but slowly I got that shit right. And after a week I realized that with Metro card you can use trams and buses, so good for me that I understood that after a week at least, because I'm a smart ass motherfucker. But I was alone, I didn't have anyone who could give me directions, who I could go to castings, who would show me around. I was on my own, my roommate was never there, so okay. After that I got in the mood, I already understood how I need to manage things, how I need to go to all the castings that agencies give me, but I was fucking bored. After like three weeks of that, I was so fucking bored because I didn't have anyone to hang out with. So what I used to do, it's like I started smoking. Good for me. I hope my mama doesn't see this video. Yeah, but I started smoking because it was like a thing to just go and smoke in a cafe, to just spend some spare time. And what I used to do then, yeah, after some time promoters started to reach me, and that's when the game becomes dangerous. Promoters. So basically, if anyone does not know who is a promoter is a guy who brings models to a club for free and stuff. Before the club you get a dinner with other models, and after dinner you go to have a party. And yeah, so one of the promoters reached me, and I started chatting and stuff, and then after a couple times he some kind of randomly took me after casting, and he said like, okay, I need to take one more girl. So we sat down in the car with her, we started to talk about some random shit, and then that girl was from Russia, and we kind of like started to talk about other people from Russia, and other typical Russian people. I probably shouldn't talk about that right now, but I mean that's the part of the story, how we started to hang out with her. So yeah, so we started to talk about stereotypes and stereotypical people, girls in specific in Russia, and we talked about it for a bit. Then he drew me back to my apartment. I left, and in that same evening or other evening I went with him, with the promoter, to have a dinner, and then after go to a party. So we went to a dinner, and it was a lot of very random models too, a lot of other promoters, and I sat down on the table, we started eating, and then after a while the girl from the car came in, and I was like, oh, that's my girl already, okay, I at least know one person. And we started to just like eat and stuff, and after a couple minutes 2 girls from Russia came and sat down, like, and they looked exactly as we talked with a girl in the car, and I started to laugh hysterically. I looked at her and I started to laugh hysterically, and she's like, she understood, she started laughing too, but I couldn't stop because I don't know why, I just couldn't stop. And she's like, after a couple minutes of me hysterically laughing, she's like, do you want to go smoke? And we went there, we started talking, we just started laughing, blah blah blah. And I think 3 days after that, or a week the most, she's already living with me in my apartment, and yeah, and then shit started. But I think let's leave it for the next day because this video is so long, and yeah, it is a lot to talk about what happened in that period after I met her. So I think it will be for the next video. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed at least for a little bit, because the title, the keyword modeling, for me it is like hell of a trip. A lot of stories to talk about, a lot of personal things that touch me and how I changed and blah blah blah. So if you want to hear about that, just keep yourself into it, don't miss it, and I will see you next time. Bounce.